What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast. It's time for us to play a little bit more Surviving Mars. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today. So we have issues. People keep leaving. We need to bring in... How many rockets do I have right now? I got 2 rockets, so I need to bring out a passenger rocket. That's going to be a very important part of this whole thing, and until I do that, I think we're going to struggle a little bit. I've played the game a lot now in my free time in between these episodes. I've been streaming it like crazy. Twitch TV/Splattercat Gaming if you wanted to stop on by. I've been streaming the game a lot, and I'm a lot further into the game, and I have like hundreds of colonists and whatnot, and there are a number of issues with the way this operation is run up here, and so I need to fix them. We don't really need a security tower. So, I'm going to salvage... What kind of technology do we have going on right now? Do I have the ability to knock over a building, is my question. So, let's see here. Have I gotten the thing that allows me to salvage buildings yet? Decommission protocol. Yep, I do have it. Fantastic. So, that building's going to go away. We don't need it. Just ignore it for right now. It's not going to be a thing that we have to worry about. God, this had like a hiccup assault. You ever have that happen? That happens to me all the time when I start my episodes. Like at the beginning of the day, I start recording, and all of a sudden I'll get like combat hiccups for like 30 seconds where I'm like, hic, 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 and then they just go away, and you're like, alright, that's weird. And it's only when I'm recording. I never get them otherwise. We need to send out a passenger rocket. If we don't send out a passenger rocket, this is going to become kind of an interesting situation for us. And so where is our fuel being produced? We have a fuel refinery over here. Okay, that looks good to me. I need you, vehicle. RC Transport, please come over to this side if we catch. So we're a little bit behind the curve right now. It's Sol 30 and we have no colonists. That's not good. I mean, it's recoverable, but we're going to have to play very, very fast and hard from here on in. What are my resources looking like? My resources are solid. We got 8 fuels sitting around. Do I not have a fuel depot? Let's go ahead and get one of those built as well. There's lots of little modifications I'm going to be making today, and that's alright. That's one of the fun things about doing first impressions of a game, is that you learn what you did wrong, then you go and you stream the game, and you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. I got this taken care of. I'm going to offload this stuff right over here next to the rocket, and that should be fine. I'm trying to get this thing back up and into Atmos so that I can send the other rocket out with more passengers, and in fact... we may be able to do that right now. Let's go ahead and I'm going to schedule the other rocket for arrival. So we need the passenger rocket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate flaws. Go away, flaws. I don't want you right now. When you've got a lot of candidates, you can basically just eliminate by flaws if you need to. And then we have security. I don't need security anymore. We got botanists. I do need botanists. We've got a medic right there. A geologist. We've only got 1 of them, but no specialization people. I think can fill in as well. Our rocket can only hold 12 people, so that kind of sucks. But I can't really change that much right now. So let's just go down the list, and we're going to grab whoever we can grab to try to get this place back up and running. I really, really, really don't need scientists right now. What I need is just about anybody. So let's take some no specialization people. We've got 12 out of 12. These guys should not leave because I'm going to build some things to keep them here and make them happy. That's the best that we got, huh? Alright, launch that rocket. It's on its way out here. So the way that I failed on this side is that we needed more recreation. That's the big thing that I did wrong inside of this building. There's just, you need at least a couple recreation buildings to make the whole thing work. My recommendation for the ones that seem to work for me, the ones that I find to be the most useful, are the diner, because it's small and it can fit into a corner like right here. So you can slap a diner down in like right there and it'll work out okay. And then I find that the diner, the space bar, and there's one that I'm forgetting right now. What am I forgetting? The grocer tends to do pretty well as well. You can also do the open-air gym if you really, really want to. If we put in an open-air gym, though, I will more than likely bulldoze the parks because they just don't give us the mileage that we need. So there's the open-air park right there. Let's go ahead and tear down this park real fast. I might leave some of the trees around, but I don't think it matters. I've been playing the game so poorly in the last little bit that... it's like, let's just get this thing done. That's at 37 out of 40 fuel right there. How's our water supply looking right now? Our water supply hourly production is 3. Total demand is 1.6. Okay, let's have a look at our grid and figure out what's going on with that. We're definitely going to need to expand our grid. What are our resources looking like? We got 122 metal. So expanding the grid should not be a major issue. Should be quite simple, in fact. Let's go ahead and put in some large solar panels during the day. If we've got enough polymers, my suggestion would be that we add a few more batteries. But I can't really say whether or not That'll pass through right there. That's fine. We'll keep it as a pass-through, and then we'll flip that around so that it's facing the right way. Blade out. Perfect. I want them to be facing away. I didn't line up all these down here properly, but I'll just put them all over the place. I mean, a little bit of chaos never hurts anything. Can you help him out, or is that not a thing that's inside your mission purview? I don't think that he can. How much money are we sitting on right now? We got about 3 billion. We can go through that pretty fast. We do have really good research, though. Low G hydrosynthesis. So we can get the polymer factory. That's a good thing to have. We don't really have the people for it, but it would be nice. We can get a new spire building. We've got... what other little things are in here? Subsurface heaters. We've got RC explorers. We've got transport optimization. I don't want that, really. Let's go ahead and we'll get the $1 billion in grants. And then we'll get a $500 million from right there. That's going to take a while to get done. But there's not really any other research here that I'm feeling particularly inclined towards. Like, there's a few things around here that might be useful, but by and large, I think we're probably in okay shape. Click that off. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. We're going to need some transports, though. Our fuel production is also a little bit lower than I expected it to be. I don't know if I'm firing off rockets a little too rapidly. That's also a possibility, but I need this guy to get out of Atmo. Why are you not working right now? No, you should be on all the time. Produce nonstop. I don't know why that thing's missing a shift. I must have had a power shortage. I'm notorious for turning things off when I have power shortages and then forgetting to turn them back on. This place is going to be tapped out fairly soon. In a nano tap tap, in a nano tap, and now. But I think we should be alright. Once I get these passengers back in and over here and we get some of these places functioning again, we do need to increase the passenger size of our rockets. I've gotten used to playing China. That's why I'm playing on my stream. I'm playing China on stream, and they get to bring 22 people over here, so it's almost impossible to have, like, a worker shortage. You can just ship people out about as fast as you can get them. So if we have that up and running, we have the diner up and running. We may not have enough employees for all these places, but we will custom tailor the shifts as necessary. Actually, we still got some people left. It's not too bad. I think there's a bunch of people on this rocket right here, though, and that might be an issue. Yeah, you guys carry the fuel over there. I'm thinking I might get another prefab for that as well, but I don't know. Go over there and get some metal for me, man. I know you've been doing... he's been doing work. Like, he's been going around and doing things he needs to be done. He's been supporting... he's been the spine of our operation over here. We also probably want to add another Moxie, another oxygen tank. A couple more water tanks, I think, wouldn't kill us either. Oh, this one's good to go? Alright, well, get up and out of here, amigo. I don't need you. The other thing that we want to do is, I'm looking at this area over here. We've got some really fantastical areas over here, like super good areas. Like building a dome right here, we would get metal, we would get rare metals, so gold and stuff like that. Like that would be a really, really good acquisition when it comes to making money. It would cost us some cash. Why do we have no, oh, the rocket was providing it. Gotcha. Okay. Says that guy's in transit, but he's at 100% right now. There we go. I'm going to need him to come down right about the same place where everything else was. We lost our wireless signal right there when the rocket took off. We were obviously using that to expand our drone range, which is not a terrible idea, but it's also kind of a pain in the ass because I thought that I ran things better than that in my YouTube playthrough. So as this guy comes down, he's going to drop off some stuff. We've got our wireless signal back now. They should reconnect, I think, as soon as he's ready to go.
New colonists.
Yeah, there it is. So we've got 11 new colonists. They should be making the run back on over to the dome right now. Not a single one of them has any flaws, and so we've basically mined out the last of our cool people, the people that we want. We'll go ahead and get rid of that park right there. With 11 more people, we still have room for more. We still have room for more. So we could add something else right here. It looks like we've got medical staff ready to go. We've got officers working over here as well. I think I brought in some new medics, though. A couple of botanists doing their thing. This place you don't have to worry about because it's only got one shift. This place right here has no specialization. That's okay because they're bartenders. Not really that big of a deal. Doesn't require a specialization to become a bartender in this game. Other things that I could put inside of here. I mean, we got options. So you could put in a nursery. which would increase the chance that we end up with children, which is going to be important later on in the game. It's not like crazy important right now, but it will be. And then how many people are going back to work at the mine? Good. Looks solid. So we've got more people. We got 16 out of 28. Vacant work slots 3. Residential slots. Okay. How many people do I have that are, like, not working? We got a couple of alcoholics. We got a couple of hypochondriacs. That sort of sucks. They have a sanity breakdown and they freak out if they go to the hospital and there's nobody there to help them. But I don't really have control over that right now, so whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's put in a nursery. And then on top of that, let's have a look at some of the other little buildings we have up inside of here. Water reclamation system is a nice idea, but it's a little expensive right now for what we're trying to accomplish. I do like the idea of a school, but we don't really have kids around here. I'm going to keep this dome nice and small, and we'll build another one. Probably over here somewhere. It's not going to be like a productive dome. Maybe we'll turn that into like our food spire. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So why is this producing so slowly? I really feel like it should be doing better. Maybe I'll... Oh, it's not working because nobody's repairing it. Well, somebody should absolutely go do that. Somebody should fix this thing like yesterday. It would appear as though maintenance is not getting done. You go up there and jumpstart him, please. Alright, so we've got the power grid taken care of. Everything's looking a little bit better. We've got some redundancy for the next little bit. Like, it's not a ton, but it'll have to do. I signaled this place for maintenance, but it don't appear like nothing's happening. Drone number 2. Yeah, go take care of the maintenance over here. Perform maintenance on this building. Yes. There you go. All better, little buddy. I knew you could handle it. He'll run off. He'll grab the machine parts so that thing... Oh, never mind. It's done already. And look how shiny it is. I like how they put that two-tone pearl on the top of it. See, someday when I have a Cadillac CTSV, it's going to be two-tone pearl. You got to have things to dream about in life. You got to have things to hope for. And the Cadillac CTS, it's the one that I hope for. Does that hold residents? Colonists live and rest in residential buildings. What? That counts as a residential building? I had no idea. That's odd.
Humankind might be on the verge of a new golden age, and we have to be the ones who ride the crest of that wave.
A new era of scientific discovery is ahead of us, and we are the ones who are blessed with the opportunity to be on Mars, a completely new territory where new scientific discoveries lie around the corner. We're talking about new ideas which would sweep human minds in the market and give us a tremendous head start on the future. The primary cause behind the creation of this colony is scientific, and this is what we're supposed to do: push the boundaries of human knowledge. Have 40 technologies researched at Sol 100. Oh yeah, I get paid. We're playing the EU on this one, aren't we? I get paid whenever I research technology. Well, then get rid of that right there. We're not going to need it. Keep other technologies running. And so we're going to get that one right there. We're going to do anything cheap that we can do for right now. The cheaper it is, the better. We're just trying to mash it out fast. Each of these is 3 souls, and we need to do a lot of technologies before it's done. And so they said 60 technologies? It can't possibly. Maybe it was 30. 30 still seems like a lot, though, by Sol 100. We'll see how things go. We would have to focus specifically on research in order to get some of this stuff done. That is doable. Like, I can go up in here and we can put a research center inside of our research center. Research center. There it is. Research lab. We could do a little research lab right there. It is going to cost us electronics. So there's a meteor. Uh-oh, that's not good. Is it coming at me or is it coming at someone else? Because this can hit like anywhere on the planet. If it hits us, this is going to suck. Oh, this is going to suck if it hits me. Hopefully my rocket doesn't get blasted. We'll have to wait it out. There is no deterrent for this as of right now where we're at in the game, and so when it happens, you've kind of just got to suffer the consequences and live with it. I can't do anything about it, so when it happens, it's going to happen, and we'll just live with it. Other things that I could put together for later. I've got, I think, farming options over here. We could do fungal farms, but I mean, fungal farms are good and everything, but I have worries about our active workforce and things we can get done, because I would like to open up another shift over here. I'd like to open up further shifts right here. And so, like, seeing as we have room for 36 people on this side, It looks like it's planet-wide. So it's hitting pretty much everywhere. We'll just have to watch and hope that the dome doesn't get hit. If the dome gets hit, that's basically game over for us. It's going to be really, really hard to recover from that. It's not like 100% game over, but it'd be so expensive for us to start over from scratch that I personally would probably just re-roll it real fast. However, on the plus side, the meteor shower does not appear to be centralized on us. So that's a plus side that I'm happy and I can live with. Like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. We'll go ahead and research over in that area, see what we can find. Alright, so with the nursery and everything else, how is comfort levels? Like, how are things comfort-wide here? So comfort's at 65, that's good. Morale is pretty good, healthy as a bull, and good with the universe. Yeah, it's because they've got the place to work out over there. They've also got the diner, which prepares food and turns it into, like, awesome burgers and, like, cheddar cheese fries and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't matter how bad life is. If you got access to cheddar cheese fries, dude, that's the stuff. We got paid out a little bit right there. Did we? How come we have less money now than we had before we did the research? Did we? Or we have, like, 3 billion? I don't know. We should be getting bonuses every single time we put stuff together. It should be alright. And research of new technologies, that's done. Social funding will give us $1.5 billion, so that'll be good. Our research is really solid, by the way. I'm glad to see that our research is moving quickly. I'll probably go for a low-G high-rise. You don't want to have too many apartment buildings inside any one dome, because they like to have their little residential condos. But, I mean, a high-rise per dome will give you some extra people to play with, and it should work out okay. What is getting fuel pumped into it right now? Nothing? Okay, you come back to base and help out with this situation. Apparently we're just stacking up hella fuel for right now, and it's not actually being transported to the booty monster over here. So I'm gonna have to use my physical hand of the Martian god to help out with that. We got a bunch of metal down there too. Man, we got metal deposits for days around here. We're going to be in good shape for metal, which is great. My stream game went terrible. We started out in a really, really lackluster kind of... We started out in an area that was very barren. There was nothing inside of it. And so, like, there was no resources or anything like that. It was just a really rough start. And we managed to muscle our way through it just by forcing it through. But, like, it was a toughie. It was a toughie. Alright, so there's some more fuel. I'm going to drop this off over here. The drones that are assigned to the booty monster... Or the Booty Monster 4000. They should come down here and be like, delicious fuel, and carry it inside the rope or inside the rocket, so that we can start preparing for another rocket to come here, transporting goodies. And believe me, we need goodies. So we've got enough polymers, we've got enough electronics. I'd probably add like 10 more to each of those. I'd like to see a little bit more fuel, so I'm thinking about bringing another fuel repository prefab out here. I think that would be a really solid idea. It looks like our colonists are more or less happy with what's going on right now, and so I can also live with that. I'm thinking about making a farming colony right here where all they do is focus on agriculture. I am a little bit panicky that I'm not going to be able to get enough botanists to make it work, though. I mean, there's no massive penalty. I mean, it sucks using unskilled workers to do stuff, but it's not as bad as the game makes it out to be. Like, the game pretty frequently is like, oh my god, unspecialized workers, but like, I don't know, my stream game, almost everybody's unspecialized and they're doing just fine. Put in a few more batteries over here. I like to have a little bit of extra power taken care of as we move forward. And then in our water supply, just in case these pipes ever get damaged, I have learned that it tends to be a really good idea to have a separate pipe system in here. Or I'm sorry, a separate storage system for excess water, just in case. So if this pipe gets severed right here, you already have 2 filled tanks to take care of the dome. It's a redundancy, but it's a necessary redundancy for if something goes wrong. Oxygen tanks cost us a little bit of metal. I would suggest that we have at least a couple of these. Why won't it place right there? Don't like that none? Okay, that's fine. Let's put in a few more oxygen tanks right there. So we got 3 more oxygen tanks. Those are going to need maintenance, so, you know, keep that in mind. Watch your drone swarm and make sure that they got things going on that they need to have going on. I think another Moxie would be really wise, too. Like, we have the one over here, but I have this tendency to, like, not pay attention to my oxygen consumption. And it has this, it bites me in the ass. It does. It bites me in the ass. They haven't offloaded any of the fuel from over there just yet, which is upsetting. marginally so. You go grab some metal from that side, and I need to get this rocket the hell out of here, though. I think they're carrying food is why. It's kind of what it looks like to me. Yeah. He's over here grabbing metals. That's alright. Everybody got to get a medal like it's wartime every now and again. And we got a few more batteries up and running. That's great. That means we're going to have a significant bank of power in case anything goes wrong. I need to send out another rocket. How many people can I carry? I'd like to get this dome filled out. I really sincerely would. So I can have 20 more people inside this dome. Let's send another passenger rocket. Actually, let's bypass on the passenger rocket for right now. I'm gonna send a prefab rocket. Basically, a rocket's got a bunch of the prefabs that I need to make my life a little easier. So I'd like another fuel refinery, please. I would like. I don't really want the machine parts factory. We're not quite. We're kind of not at that point of the game yet, so I'm not gonna stress about it. It's gonna be expensive to bring that stuff over, but that's okay. I'd like to have an RC Explorer brought over as well so I can start scanning anomalies, because we can get some massive bonuses to technology and whatnot if we scan enough anomalies. So this guy really is not carrying that much capacity. I could have him bring more things, but the problem you run into is that, like, that's going to tap out our cash. And so I guess I'll have him bring some extra resources from the surface. We'll send him on out. This rocket is mostly going to exist just to be unloaded. This guy right here, they still haven't loaded the fuel on him. I could probably reassign a couple of drones that are sitting around doing nothing to him. But most of my drones actually seem pretty busy right now. In fact, I think it might have been a good idea if on that previous rocket I'd brought like 10 or 11 more drones. That probably would have helped out a bit. What's this little dude doing right here? Here, go to the booty monster. Go over there to the booty monster and grab all the stuff that you need to grab. Help out with their labor. Do your thing. You can manually reassign drones just by grabbing them and clicking them real fast, making it happen. Now, let's go ahead and speed the game up for a second. We've got pipe leaks. We've got cable faults. We got all kinds of fun stuff going wrong right now. Happy, happy, joy, joy. That place is full up on just about everything a growing boy could want. I can't wait for our RC Explorer to get here. We do have a lot of anomalies that are all within range. We should be able to hit every single one of these. These give a research bonus right here, which plays into our current quest to get the 60 technologies or whatever it is. I don't know where I look at that quest at. We've got the... I mean, that's pretty much the main thing that I'm focusing on right now is how much technology can I get done and how fast, since that's what they're grading us on. What's interesting is that's randomly generated. So the last time that I played the game, they appraised me based on how many colonists I had and how many births I had had in 100 days. Whereas this time around, apparently we're focused on technological advancement. Looks like they are occasionally loading up fuel into that place. I don't love the prospect of how that works flowing, but... it's a robot. What are you going to do? Shout at him? It's not like he's going to listen to you. You know, a robot's just a robot, and that's all he'll ever be. Go ahead and fuel that on up right there. Grab the remaining dockets of fuel. Good. We're going to put in a second fuel refinery because I really do feel as though we're not loading and unloading fast enough. And then I'm going to help out with unloading the food on this side too, because I think that's the other part that's taking them forever. I don't think they'll load the actual fuel itself until they have the last of the food off of it. Yeah, go grab that food box real quick. There you go. Get that thing off of there. We will unload it on that side. Of course we have a pipe leak right now. Of course we have a pipe leak. Story of my life. It's also a decent idea to set up universal deposits or universal depots every now and again, just in random areas. At least I like to do that, just in case they need repair materials, but they're really, really far from the central stockpile. What they'll do is they'll put like 1 or 2 of each material inside these universal stockpiles, and if anything comes up that needs to be repaired, you can just get that done real fast. It works pretty well, and I'm happy with it. I can have this guy land like right now. It's no biggie. Hopefully they don't split the fuel between the two of them. That would be my main nightmare, is that they're just going to split the fuel between the two. And I would really prefer that that not happen. I'm going to wait to land him until this guy's fueled. There's no penalty for leaving him, like, floating out in space right now. Like, he might get a little marginally frustrated, but there's no penalty for him just floating out there. And what I'm worried is going to happen is I'm going to land the rocket right here. Then they're going to take this paddock, and they're going to split the fuel between the two of them. Mars crowdfunding is done, so that's really, really good. Got ourselves another $1 billion or so. Couple extra little ducats for the pocket. Little bit of extra goodies for the wallet. And so we've got Explorer AI. That's another reason I ordered the Explorers, because that's going to take our research up to 600 per soul. And the more RC Explorers you have, you don't even have to do anything with them. You can just park them in a backfield, and for some reason they give you a fat passive research buff in case that's what you're trying to push. For some of the challenges, you may indeed have to do that. You may not have a choice, so keep that in mind as well. Looks like we're just about out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for another episode of Surviving Mars. I like this game very, very much. It doesn't quite have the soul or the charm of Tropico, but at the same time, it's the only game that's kind of doing the same thing as Planet Base, and so that has ingratiated it to me as a game player. And so I'll see y'all later. If you want to get the game for yourself, you can do that down below in the description. I already plugged the stream earlier on in this episode, so we don't really need to talk about that. If you liked this video, all you got to do is hit that like button. It helps out more than you know, and it definitely keeps the channel moving as far as my operation goes and me being employed. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for stopping on in. How you do, everybody, and I'll see you next time.